Hi, welcome to Know It Olly Eli5's mutual funds. So let's quickly get into this. Should be a pretty quick video. A mutual fund is a half breed between an ETF and a hedge fund. Now that probably sounds a little bit strange, but give me a second. A mutual fund is managed by a financial professional, typically called the mutual fund manager. They often go into an area of the market that they're extremely familiar with, and they operate within that market because their clients can see and potential clients can see the track record of these people within the markets. The reason it's partially like an ETF, however, is that the fund manager will accumulate, say, in the energy sector, they will go and do fundamental analysis, which means that they're looking at the company's prospects for the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years, and they will make an ETF, almost a bundle of stocks that they purchase based off of their research for the fundamentals. This means that you buy in, they're not actively entering and exiting trades like the hedge funds are. However, they are actively managing it, making sure it's doing well. If there are changes that need to be made, they do this. But it's not like a hedge fund that tries to make money as the stock market goes up and then tries to make money on it going down as well. Not nearly the same. A mutual fund is not always that much of a surprise if it takes a bit of a dip, because the idea is that you hold it for a much longer period of time, which also helps with uh, your capital gains taxes. So they're looking much more at the fundamentals over the technicals. Technicals are the hedge fund and the short period of time. The fundamentals are the underlying fundamentals of the company. Will it be okay in 5 years, 10 years' time? And holding on to that stock through some of the downs as well as the ups. They're often based off of the indexes. Indexes, of course, are industries where there is a range of everything in the index, so that you can look at the index and get an idea of how the entire energy market is doing or the entire transportation sector is doing. Often they will base them off of those same sectors. However, they will cherry pick the particular stocks within that sector that they think are going to do best and outperform the index itself. One of the most amazing things about a mutual fund is that typically there is a very low bar of entry. I know in the small town that I'm in, you can get into a mutual fund operated by someone here for as little as $100. Hedge funds, you have to be making over $200,000 a year for the past few years to even qualify to be able to have an investment with a hedge fund. So this is a really great entry into having someone else manage some of your investments, because it means that someone's constantly taking care of it, but you can also keep it to really small amounts. And the great thing is everyone who's invested into that fund gets a cut. The more money that goes into the fund, the more of the stock that have been chosen will be purchased. And of course, that means that there are more gains in the future and everyone gets a cut, whether that's good or bad. So that is mutual funds. They're fairly straightforward. They are a managed fund that is usually pretty small, but yeah. Now, I've got quite a few links here if anyone wants to see. I like this. The mutual funds give smaller individual investors access to diversified, professionally managed portfolios at a low price. And this is really good. The thing is, you need to do your research before you go and enter one of these mutual funds, because for the most part, you'll be able to see what people have, the performance that the professional has been having. So you can go and look at the last 5, 10 years and be like, I like what you do, you're pretty consistent, you're nice and safe, or maybe that person shouldn't be invested with at all. Obviously, do your own research. The only way to really succeed is to get educated. So these are a few other posts here. If you go into the comments of these posts, you can find all the links in the show notes. There are some really good answers in the descriptions. So go have a look through if you need more information on mutual funds. Otherwise, that is my explanation for mutual funds. I hope you got something out of it. Know it, Ollie out.